Manila, members of the Tzu Chi Performance Association and volunteers from China assembled prefab homes for the Philippines' high-end survivors. Dominican Republic Tzu Chi volunteers handle medical kits to help protect students at La Romana Tzu Chi School from chikungunya virus. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Helen Liao. Thank you for joining us. Together displayed by Typhoon Haiyan in the Philippines, a place to call home, hundreds of volunteers gather each day at the Tzu Chi Sansha grounds in New Taipei City, Taiwan, to assemble prefab homes. On June 19th, members of the Tzu Chi Performance Association and volunteers from Fuding, China also came to lend their assistance.
Hundreds of volunteers work together to complete these prefab homes destined for the Philippines. Even members of the Tzu Chi Performance Association come to help.
By contributing our strength, we are also sending our love to the Philippines. Just now, when we were punching the holes, we had to punch the first hole before we could punch the second. And only once we've punched the second hole can we punch the third. Everything has to follow in sequence.
Working in scorching hot conditions with their safety helmets on, the celebrities do not complain. Instead, are humbled by the opportunity to learn from volunteers.
The brothers and sisters are extremely professional. I realize that when you do something, you have to be extremely focused.
Doing something so meaningful is already the best birthday present. Offering my time in this way is the best birthday present I could have given myself.
Celebrating her birthday in a meaningful way, Fan Shixuan transforms her blessings into a heart of gratitude.
If there wasn't a group of us working together, we wouldn't have been able to lift a plate and pole of that size. Even if it's just to punch a small hole, it takes the combined effort of 5 to 6 people to complete it.
Having just attended the team leaders training seminar in Taiwan, Fuding Tzu Chi volunteers added the stop to their itinerary.
It's really hot outside. Basically, we are working from morning till evening without much time for rest. By helping out here, we can also experience the joys of the volunteer selfless giving.
Superintendent of the Pingtan Hospital in Fujian Province also rolled up her sleeves to help.
I can sincerely feel that Tzu Chi volunteers put love into action without asking for anything in return. One person's love is small, but the accumulation of everyone's love can conquer all. Volunteers combine their efforts and work to complete the task at hand, as they hope to provide disaster survivors in the Philippines with a safe haven as soon as possible.
Globally, the Tzu Chi Foundation has gained a reputation for helping in times of large-scale disasters and in many cases working with the local military when extra manpower is needed. In mid-May, Indonesia's National Armed Forces signed a memorandum of understanding with Tzu Chi, officially recognizing its partnership with the Tzu Chi Indonesia chapter. Along the same lines, the Armed Forces of the Philippines also recently signed an MOU with the Tzu Chi Philippines chapter.
Under the witness of members of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, Tzu Chi Philippines Chapter Director Alfredo Lee signs a memorandum of understanding with AFP's Chief of Staff General Emmanuel Bautista on June 18.
We're very happy with this partnership. As I said earlier, matagal na natin kasama yung Tzu Chi in activities, especially during disasters and calamities. And now we are formalizing that partnership.
In the history of the Tzu Chi Philippines chapter, this is the first time we are working so closely with the armed forces. It makes me extremely happy to be a part of it.
The MOU signing is mainly in regards to the armed forces assisting the foundation in building 2,700 prefab classrooms in the hard-hit areas of Leyte province, such as Ormoc City and Palau. The memorandum states that Tzu Chi will be responsible for obtaining the necessary permits required to build, provide the prefab classroom building materials, and handle any transportation required for the project. On the part of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, it states they will provide engineers to supervise the construction, provide military personnel to help build, as well as security detail during the construction period. This affirmation and acknowledgement is based on years of trust and understanding. In 1998, the Philippines team of members flew from Manila to Zamboanga to hold a free clinic and aid distribution for the needy. Then in 2004, the Tsuji Great Love Prosthesis Center opened, and later in 2008, an ophthalmology center was established. Wounded soldiers from both sides of the political unrest in Zamboanga received prosthetic legs from the center. Since then, whenever Tsuji holds a large-scale free clinic or consolation cash distribution, the military is always on hand to secure the location.
Mayroong strength kami na pwede rin namin ma-share yung aming mga tao sa
We have our strengths that we want to share, like our ground personnel. Tsuji has their strength, which is the Tsuji way of giving, which I really appreciate.
Marking another milestone in Tsuji history, the Armed Forces of the Philippines and Tsuji Foundation are now working hand in hand to help disaster survivors rebuild their lives.
The 2014 Interaction Forum was held in Washington, D.C. on June 10th. 188 NGOs and 1,300 representatives from 18 countries all gathered to celebrate its 30th anniversary. And Tsuji was also among the delegation at the forum. This year, a group of younger volunteers led by senior volunteers took on the task of introducing Tsuji and its humanitarian work to participants.
This year, the 2014 Interaction Forum is being held at the Walter E. Washington Convention Center. Since its establishment in 1984, over the last 3 decades, the Alliance organization has focused its efforts on promoting the integration of international humanitarian efforts. The names projected on the screen are the names of humanitarian workers who have sacrificed their lives while trying to help those in need. This year, a younger group of volunteers led by their senior counterparts of the Tsuji US headquarters are attending the forum for the first time. Putting their skills to the test, they come up with ways to successfully introduce Tsuji to participants.
I think the first businesses that were set up were because there was Tutsi to help people with cash.
It's the one using in Philippines. Like this.
Volunteers showcase the foldable beds that were developed specifically for Tsuji's relief missions.
No, really? Oh, I saw it. Ah,
He's got the little luxury.
wow. So this is perfect.
Yeah, this is very nice.
Even blankets made from PET bottles left many in awe.
I'm being helped.
He's being helped?
Yeah.
He's the best model.
So, thank you. Thank you.
Bye-bye. This is unbelievable. Who took it?
Local American participants marveled at Tsuji's range of products which can be used in international relief missions. This forum also proved to be a great learning experience for the younger volunteers attending for the first time.
It's about how we can collaborate harmoniously with each other, whether it's an American organization or international, how we can all come together to accomplish great things.
Teresita Engsi, founding president of Kaiser, goes to great lengths to speak about the assistance given by Tsuji Foundation in the aftermath of Typhoon Haiyan.
Regardless of our faith and religion, we should show our love. And Tsuji has managed to bring out the love in people. I am really proud of them.
For 48 years, Tsuji's love has spread across the world. Using this forum as a platform for information sharing, Tsuji's efforts have traveled the world for all to see.
Chikungunya, a virus transmitted to humans by mosquito, has recently become widespread in several Caribbean countries. To protect the students of La Romana Tsuji School in the face of this outbreak, local Tsuji volunteers organized a medical kit distribution and seized the chance to teach important healthcare tips.
This little boy is suffering from chikungunya fever, a disease that shares clinical signs with dengue fever and is transmitted by infected mosquitoes. Recently, the mosquito-borne virus has become widespread in Caribbean countries. In Dominican Republic alone, over 70,000 residents have been affected with the painful condition. Thankfully, Tzu Chi volunteers are there to help.
If family members are infected with the virus, the most effective way to contain the disease is to take the fever-reducing drugs we gave you.
This latest medical aid distribution aims to help students of the Tzu Chi school in La Romana province and teach recipients important healthcare tips.
Tzu Chi is really nice. They have helped this community in many ways, particularly after the senior high school opened. Adults can also find access to education.
With clear illustrations on medical packs, recipients who are unable to read are still able to understand the instructions. This 60-year-old senior still remembers each volunteer's name after taking a reading class for 6 months.
I am a Christian and I want to read the Bible, so I attend class at the school. Now I can understand some scriptures in the Bible.
With medicine and healthcare tips, Tzu Chi volunteers are helping residents in the Dominican Republic better protect themselves from this growing epidemic.
In our next report, we go to Brazil, where TIMA members held free clinics in the city of Itaquaquecetuba, Sao Paulo, and Oscar. Thanks to these free clinics, many who previously could not afford medical treatment are now on the road to a speedy recovery. This is the scene at Itaquaquecetuba, Sao Paulo, where TIMA members are working to alleviate sickness and safeguard the health of local residents.
I think Tzu Chi's free clinic is great because we don't have enough doctors at our local clinic. Sometimes we will have to wait for a year to see a doctor. Today I have been seen by a doctor and am now ready to pick up my medication.
The free clinic offers traditional Chinese medicine, cardiology, and treatment in other medical departments, giving residents the chance to leave their sickness behind.
Today I want to receive acupuncture treatment. I also want to see a cardiologist and obstetrician. I haven't been able to see a doctor for a long time.
I feel exhausted often. The TIMA members have been very nice to me. It's great to have this opportunity to see a doctor. All the medical personnel here have a compassionate heart.
Knowing that there are still many people in need of medical care, TIMA members and volunteers also bring their services to Oscar and Sao Paulo. During the free clinic in Oscar City, Mayor George Lepaz makes it a point to visit the volunteers, where he praises them for the efficiency and quality of their services.
I'm truly amazed by Tzu Chi's free clinic, as it offers services from a variety of medical departments. Normally, when local residents go to a public hospital, they will have to wait for a long time because we don't have enough doctors to treat them.
Tzu Chi's free clinics not only alleviate sickness, but also set a good example for local hospitals to follow suit. In Taiwan, the first Tishao class in Xingdian-Wenshan district successfully concluded this month. Since classes began last September, Tzu Chi volunteers have incorporated environmental concepts and the practice of doing good deeds in their lessons. But first, let's join a group of teachers in China, Shanghai, and Suzhou at a cross-strait exchange with members of the Taiwan Tzu Chi Teachers Association.
To get the ball to the other side, teachers have to come up with a plan. Some hold hands, some grab onto others' feet and clothes. Amid the fun and laughter, cooperation is the key.
We discussed it and came up with what we thought was the best plan. We all worked together and it was a joint effort.
During the cross-strait exchange, members of the Taiwan Tzu Teachers Association used practical examples to illustrate the various methods to teach Jingzi aphorisms, but it all really comes down to the teachers.
Teachers are supposed to live up to these Jingzi aphorisms to be able to truly influence their students.
Here in Shanghai, Sun Yunjie, who is attending the event with his mother, sets the perfect example. Teacher Xue Ming, who has been a special education teacher for more than 2 decades, discovered that when teaching materials are used flexibly, every child can benefit.
To develop a child's character, I feel Tzu Ji's Jingzi aphorisms and some educational videos are very useful resources.
With a firm belief that no child is unteachable, the teacher's mindfulness towards their students inspires hope for the future. Expressing their environmental idealism through song are students of the 1st Wenshan District Shao class. Students also take to the stage to share their changes.
Sometimes when my mother nags me, I used to talk back and tell her to leave me alone. I would speak to her in a disrespectful tone and wouldn't even look at her. But since I joined the Chishao class, I learned to be filial to my parents and respect them, because everything they do is for my own good.
To better be a part of Yanting's education, Chen Yanting's parents and brother accompany him to each class.
Before, my brother would ask me for help, but I wouldn't help him. After attending a few lessons here, he doesn't even have to ask. I will go check and see if he needs my help.
Sharing the environmental concepts he learned with his family, Liu Jieling got his father to start recycling.
有时候我们在做一个垃圾的一个分类的时候，因为我不太懂，那我家我女儿就说：“你不会问那个环保小天兵哦？”小尖兵哦，小尖兵 ，OK， 好。
Rebellious behavior is most common during a student's teenage years. However, as Tzu Chi volunteers plant seeds of kindness in these students' hearts, they are sure to become a driving force of goodness in society in the future.
Another way to make sure what you eat is safe is to grow it yourself. Though living in a metropolis like Kaohsiung, a retired couple has rented a plot of empty land to grow their own vegetables organically. Meanwhile, an organic farm in DaAi Xingang has even drawn the business of nearby farmers while providing its customers with healthy vegetables.
At this organic farm in DaAi Xingang, all the vegetables on sale have been shared by insects. This pack of free-roaming chickens is the farm's best defense against pests.
Organic farming is nothing new. It's really just returning our field and environment back to its original state, untainted by man's chemicals, and growing from there.
Organic farming helps soil and water conservation, sustainability of biodiversity, and most importantly, food safety. More than 2 decades ago, Mr. Lai and his wife started farming organically, which changed their perspective on life.
When you plant a seed, a lot of people expect it to grow up just fine. However, due to circumstances, it will maybe not turn out as expected, which is just how life is as well.
The couple has some tips to help consumers pick healthy and safe vegetables. The rule of thumb is to pick those in season and harvest it on the same day.
Whatever is the most abundant in the market and also the cheapest is what you should buy. Because farmers couldn't be bothered to use pesticide on those, don't buy the least common and most expensive items.
Even the couple's farming neighbors come buy their vegetables here. After harvesting their vegetables, Mrs. Lai immediately delivered them to her waiting customers.
Because there are only 2 people, so I will bring just the right amount. These are all in season: asparagus and bitter melon.
If a vegetable is not in season now, but you insist on cultivating it, don't you think that's going against the law of nature?
There are simply too many food safety problems now, so if someone can watch out for us, why not help them out in return?
Meanwhile, in Kaohsiung, Hong Ruzhe, a retiree from China Steel, decided to rent a plot of farmland some 100 meters from his home and grow vegetables with the help of his wife.
Our environment has been polluted. The vegetables at the market don't feel safe to me, so might as well grow my own.
Since we started farming here, we haven't gone grocery shopping in the market. What we grow is safer.
Making their own fertilizers out of fruit peels, the couple grows healthy vegetables and no longer dines out. Instead, they now cook their meals at home.
When dining out, you don't know where they get their vegetables. I trust what I grow myself.
We just pick whatever we want to eat in the morning. After we wash and boil them and add a bowl of rice, and that's a meal.
The couple has enough vegetables to share with their friends and family, which is another benefit of being an urban farmer.
I have been eating their vegetables and haven't been buying those with pesticides.
Yes, I do want to follow suit, so we are now growing vegetables on our balcony.
By growing their own vegetables, the couple not only keeps themselves healthy, but also helps their friends and family understand that au natural is the best.
As the National Advanced Subjects Test is just around the corner in Taiwan, many students are under tremendous stress and in need of a quick energy boost. Next, let's learn how to make 2 types of tea that can enhance brain function and energy levels. Head buried in their textbooks, these students are preparing for the upcoming Advanced Subjects Test. However, how to stay focused and energized over this period of time? A cup of brain-enhancing tea filled with chrysanthemum, goji berry, white peony root, and other Chinese herbs can help. For those that get nervous easily, a cup of brain-enhancing tea can reduce stress and boost energy.
We have added chrysanthemum to the tea because it can cleanse the liver and improve eyesight. Goji berry is also good for the eyes. We have also added some herbs that enhance brain function. The tea is good for students who are preparing for exams, as it will help them to think clearly and stay focused.
Instead of drinking ice water to beat the summer heat, students can also prepare a cup of recharging tea. First, cook the American ginseng, creeping lariapi, and Schisandra chinesi in water. Next, add a small amount of honey and dates. The tea not only can ease thirst, but also improve energy levels. Besides drinking herbal tea, Chinese medicine doctors say massaging the jianjing and fengchi acupuncture points every 2 to 3 hours can improve brain function and boost energy.
沿着眉毛这样子按摩，轻轻的按有一点酸胀感就可以了。
Gently massage both eyebrows, don't push too hard. This exercise can relax the eyes and eye muscles. As many students may be sitting at a desk for a long time, they can massage the fengchi acupuncture points. By pressing both points, students can relax their neck muscle.
With these tips, students should be able to better prepare for the upcoming Advanced Subjects Test and see better grades as a result. We stay in Taiwan at the end of the show. City volunteers visited the Yongqing Primary School in Kaohsiung City to teach students how to say no to drugs. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for tuning in. Goodbye.